Hey guys, Marcel here, and I'm with another interview for Elements. Who would have thought? Elements 3-1. Current starting jungler Gilius here. So, what do you think of your first 4 matches? Would you expect it to go 3-1, or maybe would you have hoped for 4-0, or would you have thought that? You played again. You had like a pretty fairly easy schedule so far, but do you think that it is going as expected?
We expected to win most of our matches in the first 2 weeks, but I think it could have been a 4-0 for sure. I think we are stronger than G2, but on stage in the first game we had some problems and people were nervous and we played pretty bad. But I think if we would face them again, we would beat them.
So you have played in 2 different teams in LCS so far. I think G2 and Unicorns of Love both are kind of doing well so far. What's the difference playing in Elements from the team? Has the past experience and those teams maybe shaped you to be like the player who we are right now?
Yeah, I got a lot of experience from playing with them for sure. It helped me, like playing better on stage. But I think on Elements I can show my skill much better because I can play the champs I want to. In Unicorns of Love I kind of needed to play the champs that the team wanted. Yeah.
So you have played Nidalee and Lee Sin so far. What's your current thought process on those 2 champions? Do you think they're as strong as other picks like Kindred or Elise, or are they just champions that you have to pick because, well, that's what you want?
I think there's like some meta picks that are really OP, like Rek'Sai, Kindred. But if you are really skilled and like mechanically strong, you can play Lee and Nidalee and get away with it and still do well. I mean, if you are good with a champ, you can just like play it and do well with it on stage, you know? You don't always need to play meta. Yeah.
So, people have been figuring out like some champions are like really strong right now. Tam, Kench top lane, and Kalista. How important do you think is the draft right now? Do you think draft has like giving you like a specific edge in the game that is not easy to overcome, or is just those 2 champions are way too oppressive in your eyes?
I think Giants did a big mistake letting us Tam Kench. Like you saw, he was unkillable and actually doing a lot of sideline pressure against Shen. Yeah, I think draft is really important at the moment. There's like some OP picks that can literally carry the game. Yeah.
Is Graves jungle maybe one of those picks that can carry the game? Or we haven't seen much Graves yet, but everyone is playing it on solo queue. Everyone is kind of stomping with it because it's really strong. And of course, everyone has picked it up so far, but not everyone has shown it on stage so far. What's your general take on that pick?
I think it's a good flex pick. You can play top and jungle. I think it's a better top laner though. His jungle pressure is not that strong early. Like you have a really good clear, but your ganks are not super effective if you compare them to a Rek'Sai or something. But after level 9, when you have like 5 points in Q, your damage is insane, the base damage. So if you can survive not really survive, if you can prevent your teammates from dying until level 9, you can one-shot everyone. So I think it's pretty strong. And in the late game, you have the smoke screen. So in the late game, if you smoke screen the enemy ADC, even if he has 6 items, he can't see shit. So I think it's a pretty OP spell.
And of course, going forward, next week, I think it's gonna start to have like some better teams, maybe in terms of skill. And going forward, you guys have a pretty tough schedule. How do you prepare for the next 3 weeks that are gonna be like probably really important to see how you stack up against like the top 4 or what we see maybe top 5 with G2 included?
I think we even need to like work harder now than we did before. I think we could have already worked harder in the last 2 weeks. Now we gotta do it actually and go ham, you know, scrim 2 times a day and analyze everything. I think I can predict how we will do against the top teams. I guess we will see in our first match against the top team. I think in the current EU LCS you can beat everyone. People are really inconsistent. Sometimes they are gods, sometimes they play bad. So we might sneak some games out of some top teams.
So yeah, you hear it. Maybe Elements is gonna rise to the top, not those 7th place finishes that they had. And of course, we have more coverage coming soon on theScore eSports.com. Thank you for watching.